So, hi, good morning. Why is that so? Welcome to the Sunday morning stream. I couldn't think of a title this morning, so I have no idea what to talk about. But yeah, we are live. So I try to be live like this twice a week. So Thursday at 8:30 p.m. and Sunday at 10 a.m. When I can. So check my Facebook page to make sure that I am going to be live on Thursday or on Sunday. Yeah. Oh God. It really makes me jump when I hear my phone beep or ring. Or maybe you can't hear me. Let me just. Oh no, you can. The green bar is there. My phone is relatively charged, so what's it on? 82%. Okay. So, hi, Asbjorn. Um, I quite like doing it in the kitchen, but at the same time, there's so much stuff to distract me. The clock, the window, there's so much in here to distract me. The birds, you can hear them more from this room. I've just realised what this talk is about. Non-duality. Oh, how excited! Get to talk about this. How wonderful. It just came. Oh yeah, this is a non-duality talk. Oh, how amazing. Um, I must sound crazy. This is the best subject. So what is being spoken about is about something that isn't contained in thoughts and thinking. It isn't contained in thinking. Now that is quite a radical thing, because as humans, first of all, we can think. And as humans, we've become identified with thinking. So rather than reality being reality as it's happening, it's like it's lived through a filter of the intellect of thinking. So it's removed from experiencing directly. It's actually lived through this intellectualizing of reality. So the ideas of I'm sitting here, I'm thinking, I'm speaking, I'm drinking, I'm listening. That's the way life is lived for most humans. This storytelling or this describing has become the reality. So this description of someone, I'm sitting, I'm listening, I'm doing, it's like a film, like a movie playing. And what's happened is that movie playing has become a truth, a reality. That's who I am. I'm that character. I am that one sitting. I am that one listening. But that description, that storytelling, isn't a permanent reality. It isn't always appearing. But it seems to give the impression when it appears that it's always been here. It's always been experiencing this. It gives that impression. Like it's a permanent, like a permanent thing, witnessing or living. But it's not true. It's not true. It can't be true. This already is without that commentary. It already is life appearing without that description of it. And so this message is pointing back to that which always is, prior to any description, prior to any action. There's this aliveness, this life appearing prior to it being about or for someone. The descriptions come after or appear in this. They come and go, appear and disappear in this. They can't be reality, they can't be a truth. So this can be shocking when you hear about this, that story of you isn't the actual experiencer. It comes and goes. It isn't always here. It's not a truth. Because it begins to feel, after so many years of identifying with that story, it begins to feel as if that is the reality. That's who I am, sitting here. I'm choosing, I'm doing. I have that volition, that choice. But who is this one? Who is this character? Who is this person? That's never questioned. And it can't really be questioned by that person. Like the mind can't answer that. But it's like hearing this, questioning that, hearing this being questioned. Like it unruffles something. It makes that flaw that seems so real and so valid, it questions that flaw that you're standing on, that you are a person. It seems so strong and so true. I am here. This is who I am. But this message questions that flooring you're standing on. Is it true? Is that true? And so it's scary for that identity. Like it's losing its grip, its flooring. It's such a beautiful questioning, a beautiful message to be attracted to. Maybe not for that person, not for that person maybe at times, but something else beyond that person. There's a resonance, there's a beauty, there's a freedom, Is this happening to someone? Or is it just happening? Whether it's happening to someone is debatable. You can't prove it's happening to someone. You can't provide evidence of who this sense of me is. But is this just happening? It's unquestionable. It is. It's happening. It's unarguable. Unarguable. Yeah, unarguable. It sounds so funny. Unarguable. Yeah. Because it is. Life's appearing. The room, the hands, the camera, the light, the window, it's appearing, it's happening. This voice is happening. This happening to someone is an extra add-on that can't be proven. So this is coming back to the actual reality. Not an idea of it, but the actual reality. Not a belief of the reality, interpretation of the reality. What is actually happening, what actually is. Oh God. that really scares me when I hear it. I should turn the volume off or something. I think you said this can't be communicated. Can you still give us the best pointer you know about? You answered this in the introduction, I think. Yeah, it can't be communicated. Because it is. It already is. There can only be a pointing to what is. Oh, I'm hungry. Hi, Ayush. Hi, Rebekah. Do you have any advice for dealing with physical illness? I currently have an illness which brings me quite a bit of physical discomfort. I feel like this is really distracting me, my ability to stay in the present, and brings a lot of suffering. The illness is also very visible, and so I find myself constantly self-conscious when out in public. Overall, I feel like these conditions make it very difficult for me to rest in awareness. Physical illness. Well, I would say look into research online about that illness. So, see a doctor and then research alternative methods of dealing with that illness, things to support it and to reduce the effects of that illness. That's what my advice would be to get help for that illness. As for the feeling self-conscious about it in public, it's quite a natural thing to feel if you're different in some way physically that you can't hide or cover up. Then yeah, it must be hard to stand out as being different. But it has nothing to do with freedom. You can have, I don't know, pus and boils on your face and be totally free. You could be embarrassed about these boils and be totally free. You could try to cover them up with makeup or whatever, or not do that and be totally free. This freedom isn't about how you present on the physical. It's what conditioning you have, genetic or social conditioning, what traits you have. All of these things will affect how that human is, but it in no way hampers freedom, what you truly are. I mean, I'm not can't even say normal because everyone's different, but I'm not a normal in brackets human. I have difficulties, I stutter, I potentially have autism. I'm different. I behave differently. I have challenges with language, interpretation of language. I get sensory overload. So I have difficulties as well, but it has nothing to do with what this is. Freedom, freedom. Maybe that can be heard. And in a way, this awakening is like an embracing of what you are as the human. It really is an embracing of that human, a loving of that human. And I suppose when you're trying to get love from the world, then it's important that you're not different and you try to fit in. And your happiness depends on others liking you and giving you love and acceptance. Then you are vulnerable. Then you are vulnerable. In discovering who you are, this revealing of who you are, yes, you're going to want to have friends and fit in to an extent. That's natural as a human animal to want to fit in and find friends. But it isn't dependent on your happiness or your freedom anymore. So the question is, who are you? Are you this disabled or physically ill person? Human? Are you limited to a form? Does that form define who you are? Or is it an aspect of you, an aspect of this manifestation, this human experience? Thank you, Ayush, for your question. There is sneaky hopelessness. There is sneaky hopelessness when I think that it cannot be communicated. I just have to realize that I only have the intellectual awakening, but that's okay. I accept it and just be myself. Sneaky hopelessness. I don't understand what you're saying in that. Why do you want to communicate it? I'm not sure what you mean in that. So feel free to either rephrase it or to maybe leave it. I don't know. I'm not quite clear on what you're asking. Well, I'm not online. I didn't realise I'm not on active on Skype. So what can this freedom be that isn't contained in the human realm, that isn't contained in a character and a human? What can this freedom possibly be that isn't limited to that reality of human characteristics and human qualities and human issues? What is this freedom that is beyond the human? How amazing. How amazing. Like it's just too free. It's just too big. It's too big. We're so used to just the limited human reality. This is just too big. Okay, so there's no more questions coming in, so maybe I'll leave it there. Yeah, I'm back on Thursday if life allows that. So I'll see you then. Bye. Have a great week.